So are we on?
Yep.
Checking our hog comb here. This is exactly what we want to see. There's a bit of a worry sometimes to get bees to go through an excluder for anything, any work they got to do. So when you make a hive up for hog comb, these are 2 booming boxes of brood, and they're really full. You can see in the air here the amount of bees flying around. These are new bees that are hatching out. When we put this hog comb on, I mean, each box, I mean, there must have been probably 20 frames of brood, just about. Like every frame would have had brood on it. And that's kind of the strength you're looking at to do a great job on doing your comb honey. So how many days has this been that we put this on here? Not quite a week. So this is actually going slower than I would have liked. But we did have a couple of like rain days, and there's delays on them getting on it. Now, when we open it, the fact that they've gone through the excluder and you see them on here, that gives me relief a little bit. If they had, and we're gonna check these other ones, if there's any that don't have the bees into the hog comb yet and you have the excluder on, what that means is they've decided on something else. So this is proof that in bees, once they show intention to do something or they're starting to do something, they follow through with it. So here we have bees that are on this comb, they're drawing it out slowly. They're going to fill that with nectar. If they weren't up here and they decide not to go through the excluder, then what are they doing down below? They're probably building queen cells, and that's what we'd have to do here. So what we're going to do here is any of these that are not, have decided not to go through the queen excluder, will need some management to make sure they don't swarm. I'm not saying this won't swarm, but it's a good sign that they're actually working the box. And this one, same thing. As long as you have, this one's going slower, but as long as there's bees up here, good enough for me. Hopefully find one here that went crazy and actually did something. Same thing, this one's coming along real nice. And actually, if I look here, I can see that they, it's foundation with wax on. You can see they're just starting to draw it out. And so that's great. There's gonna be brood hatching out. Like I said, there's brood. These are all on the cusp of having, you know, a frame of brood hatch out every day. So they're gonna be, these I would estimate in about 2 weeks. By about 2 weeks, we'll all have huge beards on the front of them. And once that brood hatches out and they have that, they were low on actually flight force, heavy on brood when we put this on. So I'm expecting the tables to turn, and this will be drawn out really quickly once their workforce hatches out, basically. Another good one. So far, all good. Dan, if you want to help me open up, and if we find anything that doesn't have bees walking around on it, what we'd have to do then is we would crack the box in half. And in the center, pull it forward, look at the top bars and see if there's any cells going, queen cells, anything like that. Here's one that's not too much action, but they don't have a huge amount of bees flying there either, so I feel confident with this as well. It's fine.
There's like a lot in there.
We purposely put these inner covers on with the entrance here so that they can, a lot of the bees will bypass and just get directly into the hog comb. One danger with that is, I mean, we can have a virgin queen from somewhere else. It's not unheard of that they'll fly in and screw up what you're doing. But I've been told, and it doesn't look like it by eye, that queens can't fit through that. I find that highly unlikely. It looks like a queen can fit through that. But if that's the same, I should ask actually Herman whether or not that's excludes a queen or not. I'm not sure about that, but it looks like a queen will get through there. But
yeah.
So are they on it?
Yep.
On that one? Okay, so we got that one. So far so good. About, I think we're 3 or 4 days into this, and 3 or 4 days into it, they're gone through the excluder, and they're looking at the hog comb, which is a good sign. This one, not so hot, but I mean, again, it's only been 3 days or so, and they are walking on it. And if they're not walking on it, if you open up a box and you've added a honey super with a queen excluder and they're ignoring it, you need to pull the queen excluder out at the very least, let them start working the box, come back, make sure you don't have the queen in the top box, and then add the queen excluder. As soon as bees are working something, they'll continue through with that work. One little trick we did when we put these on, our queen excluders were pretty dried up, and we took just enough sugar water to spray the queen excluder on both sides, and then we put the box on. And so that's a little bit of help. The bees will come up to like look that up. It doesn't get stored anywhere. It's just a small amount of just to get them on the other side of the excluder to lick it up. And then when they're on the other side of the excluder, they've already learned to go through it, and they'll continue going through it. So that's one little trick you can use to get them through that excluder and not decide to swarm instead.
All right, perfect.